Over the past few days, we've seen a considerable amount of footage of the Queen, and in her recent years, we've seen more of her giggly, witty side. And back in 2018, one young Kiwi girl even made her chuckle. Alexia Hilbertidou met Queen Elizabeth at the Queen's Young Awards after winning the prestigious award. She joins us now to tell her incredible story of meeting the Queen and how Her Majesty is an inspiration to young women around the world, especially here in Aotearoa. Morena.
Morena, it's so great to be here.
It's nice to have you here. It's really lovely to be able to look back on these kinds of stories as well, right? I wondered what first kind of went through your head on Friday morning when you heard the news?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for many New Zealanders, they had a heavy heart hearing that news, whilst also really feeling really reflective of the inspirational leadership which Queen Elizabeth showed.
But for a lot of us, that's just reflective thoughts that we have from seeing her from afar. But you, of course, met her in person.
Yes.
Take us back to that time and tell us about what that meant to you, to first of all win that award, which is such an honour, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when I first got the news that I would be going to Buckingham Palace and meeting Her Majesty the Queen, I was absolutely overjoyed. It was such a great honour and privilege, and I actually remember my first thought when I hang up the phone was, what am I going to wear? And it actually wasn't until I arrived at Buckingham Palace and I was in this grand ballroom and they announced my name, Alexia from New Zealand, and I had to march down the aisle sort of to meet the Queen, that I thought to myself for the first time, what am I going to say when I meet the Queen?
Well, we've got some photos there. First of all, you picked a brilliant outfit. You look absolutely stunning. But it must have been so nerve-wracking to meet her.
Yes, absolutely. And so the whole time I'm thinking, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? I get to the Queen, I do my curtsy, and the first thing I said to the Queen was this: hello. Did you know there's more CEOs named John than CEOs who are women on the New Zealand Stock Exchange? And the Queen, she responded by bursting out laughing. So the Queen is literally laughing at me, and then I say, but don't worry, the young women of New Zealand that I work with will change this. And the Queen responded, very good. So the point of the story, and what I like to tell the young women in my workshops, is that the Queen believes in you.
Good.
But it was, I was so nervous, and I think, most people would say like, hello, Your Majesty, how are you? But I was just like, hello, fun fact.
You had your fact and you thought, I need to get this out here before I lose my words or lose my train.
Exactly. It was a bit random, but I think at least it was memorable and she seemed to enjoy it.
What do you get told when you're meeting the Queen? I'm assuming there's actually a lot that goes into the protocol of what you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as part of winning this award, I actually had the opportunity to spend time in London, spend time in Cambridge, do some study at Cambridge University, and also we had a lot of time in 2 weeks of preparation preparing for that moment. And yes, they give a lot of sort of like curtsy practice and things like that, but it was overwhelmingly more relaxed than people would expect. They meet a lot of different people. The royals meet a lot of different people from all walks of life, and they're very comfortable, and you can kind of be yourself.
I'm assuming that's something that you will carry with you for a very long time, that moment, especially as we reflect on her life and the service that she gave.
Absolutely. I think the Queen and her leadership really means a lot for New Zealanders everywhere, particularly New Zealand women. So it is something that I would definitely carry with me for the rest of my life.
Do you have that picture framed? Is it on the wall anywhere?
I do. It was my my Facebook profile picture as well.
I mean, not many people get to meet the Queen, right? And
Yes.
especially not many people actually get to meet her and talk to her. So that's a real honour.
It was a real honour.
Tell me a little bit about GirlBoss as well, because that's what you were getting the award for. So I thought you've got a beautiful platform here now to talk about the amazing work that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I received the Queen's Young Leaders Award for my work with GirlBoss in New Zealand, which is an organisation to encourage young women into science, technology, engineering, maths, leadership and entrepreneurship. So at its heart, we're a network of over 13,500 high school age young women nationwide.
Amazing. And how are things going? It seems to be growing exponentially, right?
It has, and it was an incredible platform, this award, to really spread the word of what we're doing at GirlBoss New Zealand. And yes, our programs have reached more young women. We're working with over 100 schools this year, and it's really inspirational to be working with these women leaders who are really set to lead and change the world.
And so then I guess that's a beautiful thing to be acknowledged by someone who has led a life of service like Queen Elizabeth did.
Absolutely. I mean, one of our core missions at GirlBoss is around encouraging young women to, step up, make a difference. If they see a problem in the community, realise they can be the one to solve it. And what's so amazing about Queen Elizabeth is she has led such a life of service, right from 25, where she first ascended to the throne, all the way to her final, days. And that just really challenges all of us around how we can live a life of service like that.
Yeah, she's been an inspiration to a lot of people and a lot of women, especially here in New Zealand, right?
Absolutely. I think the Queen's story and Queen's journey really sort of personifies the progression of women.
Yeah.
When she was, it wasn't until the Queen was actually 2 years old that women got equal voting rights to men in the UK. And when she was 25 and first ascended to the throne, she ascended at a time where women couldn't get mortgages in their own name, where women couldn't get access to birth control without marriage certificates. And so to have a young female, having the respect of these older global male leaders, I think really ushered in an era of hope for a lot of women, and that this would be a time of possibility where women could really make massive strides and really aspire to leadership.
Beautiful. Well, Alexia, congratulations on all your success as well, and thank you for coming and sharing your memories, because it's something I know that you will keep with you for a very long time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. That's Alexia Hilbertidou from GirlBoss New Zealand. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.